Good morning or afternoon, boys and girls. In this video, we're going to go over activity 21, inside a pump. When you were doing this lab yesterday, there were two main goals. Number one, to really realize how hard the pump, your heart, works every second of every day of your entire life. So when your hand was getting tired yesterday, you'd only pumped, um, you know, 2 to 3 liters of water. Imagine 7,000 liters a day, and that's what your heart pumps on a daily basis. Um, Also, to find out exactly, which bulb was better, the blue bulb, which was the siphon bulb, or the black bulb, which was the pressure bulb. Um, so we're going to find out exactly which one was better, and I think you probably already know that. We're going to find out why it was better. Okay. All right. So analysis question number one: if you cut lengthwise through a bulb or each bulb, the outer walls of the bulbs will look like the diagrams below. These are called lengthwise cross section. The cross section gives a view inside a sliced object. Okay, 1A. What do you think is in each side of each bulb? It says draw a cross section of both the siphon bulb and the pressure bulb as shown above. You didn't have to do that because you taped it into your notebook. Complete the cross section by drawing and labeling what you think is inside each bulb. On your drawings of each bulb cross sections, add arrows showing which way water flows inside the bulb, then what made one bulb work better than the other. So we're going to go over this, and I just want you to compare your drawing, your ideas to the actual answer, and then make corrections as needed. So here were the cross sections. Again, you had this taped into your notebook. And hopefully you have something like this. Now, the ones I saw yesterday, I didn't really notice that, anything like this, but some of you understood the direction that the water flew or flowed. You had it even on your papers, um, and it was on the bulb itself. So this is the pressure bulb or the black bulb. And what makes this bulb effective is these springs in this ball that acts as valves. So it keeps water moving in one direction even though you're fighting gravity here. Okay? So these valves are what makes that bulb very effective compared to the siphon bulb down here. There's no valves in the siphon bulb. So each time you squeeze it, water can go either direction. I know some of you had a very hard time getting that bulb to work, and I kind of gave you the clue that gravity, in other words, you had to get this higher uh, than this siphon bulb in order to get it to work. And there was one other trick as well. And what I'm going to do is post the video of the lab being done, and I want you to watch that video and you will see exactly how to get this bulb to work. Some of you figured it out yesterday, but a lot of you really struggled with this and didn't get it. So 1C, what made one bulb work better than the other? Well, we talked about that. The valves in the pressure bulb kept the water flowing in one direction, thus allowing the water to continue to flow against gravity. As I go over this and you want to make corrections, maybe moving quicker than what you can keep up with, um, just feel free to pause this and then, click play again when you're ready to move on. Question analysis, question number 2. Which type of bulb is better at pumping water and why? Well, I think you already know that. But here's the why part. And I told you yesterday that was kind of the important part. I'm sorry. All right, so let's go back here. All right, so the pressure bulb is better at pumping the water. The pressure bulb allows the whole bin to completely be emptied, regardless of the relative heights of the bin. Since it builds pressure, it can continue pumping the water with each squeeze of the bulb. The siphon bulb, which relies on gravity, is used only in starting the flow of water through the hose. It cannot maintain continuous pumping against gravity, and used like a pressure bulb, it will squeeze water out in both directions. That's question number 3. Your heart pumps blood around your body. What would you expect it? Would you expect it to work more like the siphon bulb or the pressure bulb? Explain. The heart works like the pressure bulb. If the heart worked like the siphon bulb, then every time the heart contracted, blood would flow out of every opening. This would result in the blood flowing in more than one direction. When the heart is relaxed, blood could flow back in from every opening. Okay, so it's this idea, boys and girls, of um, valves. I mean, the valves are what keeps our heart um, from being ineffective in pumping blood. It allows the heart to pump blood only, in several directions. Those valves keep the blood from flowing back into the other chambers. So I'm going to try and pull up um, anatomy of a heart here real quick. We went over yesterday. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but these valves right here. So you got the tricuspid valve, you've got the mitral valve. Those open and shut, allowing the flow of blood in one direction. If it wasn't for those valves, it'd be like the siphon bulb, and it would not work. Okay, so again, I didn't tell you you had to remember the location and the names of these valves, but just know that this is these are why blood flows in one direction, and why it makes our heart a very effective pump. Again, without them, it'd be like the siphon bulb, and our hearts would not be able to be as effective and as efficient um, pumping the blood. Okay? All right, that's it for this activity. Again, I would watch the video on how the siphon bulb works and then go on to your next assignment. All right, hope you have a great day. Goodbye.